The next morning, Thomas and Percy searched the quarry for the mail cars. They couldn't find the cars, but they found Spencer. Mavis was delighted to see Spencer.
Spencer, what an honor. Let me take you around the quarry.
Thomas and Percy thought that was very funny. Spencer didn't. He scowled, and he didn't see James puffing by with a flatbed of parts for Hero. Mavis proudly took Spencer under the slate hopper. He chuffed too quickly, then too slowly. Then he rolled back too far. Slate and dust flew down his funnel and bounced off his boiler. The troublesome truck saw a chance for mischief. They wiggled and giggled and biffed Skarloey. On, they cried. Then some pipes dropped from the crane and landed with a clang. Skarloey jumped. His freight cars hit the buffers and bright white flour flew everywhere. Fancy jumping at a silly old crane, snorted James. Scary little engine. Skarloey felt very upset and smaller than ever. Thomas puffed towards Knapford. Diesel moved in front of me on purpose, puffed Thomas to himself. Thomas felt cross. He wasn't looking where he was going. Then there was trouble. There was a cow on the line. Thomas turned quickly into a siding just in time. He hit the buffers, and the billboard flew into the lake. Skarloey flew faster down the steep hill. Skarloey saw Duncan. He was pushing cars of bunting onto the main track. Look out, Duncan! Stop! But it was too late. Skarloey crashed into Duncan's cars. Bunting flew into the air. It fell all over Skarloey. Duncan was cross.
Oh, sorry, Duncan, but I must get the puppet show to the children.
Skarloey raced on. The puppet show special clattered and chattered. Then Skarloey saw Rusty at a junction ahead. Rusty was pulling cars of special ice cream.
Out of my way! I can't stop!
Rusty stopped right across the tracks. Skarloey bashed into Rusty's cars. Ice cream flew into the air and spattered all over the engines. Rusty was cross. Now there would be no ice cream at the puppet show.
Sorry, Rusty, but I must get the puppet show to the children.
So Skarloey clattered on. Skarloey was puffing towards Percival Pond. Then there was trouble. Skarloey went round the bend too fast. He steamed into a siding. Skarloey bashed through the buffers. And with a splash, a sploosh, and a splosh, Skarloey plunged into Percival Pond. But then there was trouble. Oh no, groaned Thomas. I'm back at the dairy, right where I started. Suddenly, Thomas saw Ari rumbling towards him. Thomas backed away as fast as he could. But he didn't see Bert pulling up behind him. Thomas bumped into Bert, and the stinky cheese shot into the air and splattered down all over Thomas, Bert, and Ari. Now we're really stinky, moaned Ari. The most stinky engines ever, groaned Bert. Ari and Bert rushed straight to the washdown.